and a good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening to you, the good and wonderful people of the tube. Hope out there, hope you're feeling grand and all is well in your world. Hello there, everybody. Today's vid, everybody, is about this abomination. I don't know what you would call it, but it's all about this guitar. So this video is entitled "What Boredom Did," because this is what boredom did. Because this was just some cheap knockoff parts caster thing. And it was red originally. And I just didn't like the red. It was like a really gross Dakota red and I didn't like it. And one day, this guitar was sat in my room. I had aluminium shielding tape sat next to it. And I thought, maybe those two should go together. And they did. And now we have this guitar, which is extremely shiny and extremely hard to film. But it's called the Silver Surfer. I bet you can't guess why. But I love it because of it now. Like before, it was just this boring, bog standard red Strat with wrong contours and nothing fits. And I've got hair in my mouth. I've still got hair in my mouth. Go away. And it just didn't do anything. It sounded good and it played good, but the way it looked just was a bit meh. You know, it just didn't inspire me to want to pick up and play it. So, the aluminium shielding tape went everywhere, as you can see. I even contemplated doing the fretboard, but I thought no, because I think that's a bit much. Plus, it'd wear off under my fingers really fast. So, I just went crazy and just absolutely coated it in tons of it. And I wasn't neat and I wasn't trying to be. You know, I just wanted it to be absolutely covered in this shielding tape. Okay? And that's basically what happened. So, like I say, it was a red body, it had black hardware. The knobs were black, kind of the standard Strat covers, and, you know, it was just a bit dull. You know, it was a bit dull as dishwater. And I really liked the guitar, but it was just a bit meh. So, again, when I covered it in the tape, the guitar came to life, and now it's like a mirror, but kind of like a very bland mirror, if you will. It's not very reflective, but I like the way it looks now, with the maple neck, the black pickups, the black hardware, the kind of crazy Telecaster dials that I don't really like, but they fit this guitar so well they have to be on there, even though I don't really like them. Black machine heads, it's just wicked. I love it. And the neck on this thing is really nice. It's a bit... I can't play this guitar amazingly well, but I like that because it gives me a bit of a challenge. But the neck's quite fat, not massive. It's not like, you know, a baseball bat or anything, but it is quite a fat neck. But it's really, really nice, and I do like it. I did have to fret level it though. The frets were all over the place. The truss rod wasn't basically even on, so I had to do. I sorted the truss rod out, sorted the frets out. This thing plays really well, and I just like it. I really do like this guitar, especially now it's covered in silver tape. Silver Surfer. So cool. And it reminds me of Noodles from Offspring. His guitar. Because he had an Ibanez Talman that he covered in gaffer tape. Because it looked a bit boring. So he covered it in gaffer tape. And it reminds me of that guitar. But this one's a little bit more shiny. And like I say, it's really hard to film it because it's so shiny. So if you're constantly getting screen flare, then I do apologise. Anyway, let's talk specs, shall we? What this guitar has. Well, now... this is where we kind of fall a bit, because what this guitar has in is a bit of a mystery. It's a bit of a mystery guitar, and I like that. So, the body is, I don't even know. It's not wood. It's like some kind of like, probably like MDF or something like that. It's under like an immense layer of red lacquer. It's just absolutely ridiculously thick. So I don't know what the body is. I'm guessing it's just like, you know, chipboard. It's not real wood. It's just whatever it is. The tremolo and jack sockets, again, they're just bog standard. They're not expensive things. You know, it's a small block tremolo, as you can see. It's nothing major. I've got the springs in a triangle pattern, which I don't actually like very much, but somebody had soldered the earth wire onto one of the prongs of the tremolo spring things, and I just can't be asked to remove it because it's a pain to get earth wires soldered to the claw on the back. So I'm just going to leave it there. But that's weird for me. I don't really like the triangle pattern of tremolo springs. I don't really like it as much. But it is there on this guitar. So the tremolo they're just bog standard cheapo trem jack sockets. The electrics are all, they're 500k pots, they're very cheap. It's wired like a standard Strat, got a 5-way selector. In all fairness, the electrics look like they come from a Squire. I could be wrong, but they really look like they're from a Squire. The pickups, now, they are hot rails, so they are humbuckers. But I have no idea what they are. There is no stickers on them to tell me what they are. So they're just ceramic as well. So they're just cheap knockoffs of hot rails, but they're really nice. I really like them. They've got a great kind of like mid-range to them. They're really, really smooth and warm, and I really like these pickups. Which, again, when I got this guitar, it was kind of sad that I didn't want to play it because I really like the way this thing sounds and feels. It's really, really cool. And so when it was just a bit kind of meh and just kind of neglected and sat in the corner, I was like, I've got to do something to make me want to play it. So, heads for tape. Because I really like these pickups. These are really, really cool pickups. So that's that. Neck does not belong to this body at all. This neck does not belong to this body. I had an absolute nightmarish time trying to get this thing intonated. If you look really closely at the saddles, you can see the high E is really close. Well, the high E isn't really close. The high E is actually touching the screw that holds the tremolo in. I can't get it any further forward, and luckily I didn't need to because it's intonated where it is. But the neck does not belong to this body at all. Also, somebody's cut the headstock into a Sir shape. Whether the neck came like that or somebody's done that, I don't know. Either way, they did an amazing job. It's got, black bog standard machine heads. They're just like Squire machine heads. Nothing special there. It did have 2 string trees, but I got rid of one of them. The frets are kind of like 51. Well, I don't know. They're kind of medium vintage kind of frets. They're kind of a little bit, they're like vintage kind of thinness, but they're kind of a little bit taller. So they're kind of like 6105 kind of frets. The nut is just a bog standard plastic nut as well, but the neck on this feels really nice. Also, somebody, for some bizarre reason, put 2 dots on the 7th fret, which I don't think you'll be able to see, but because it's a bit glary. But it's a great guitar, and I really like the way it sounds. It just has something to it. So it just felt like a bit of a waste, it kind of like not being played and not being used. So I'll say when the tape came out onto it, it kind of like made sense. All of a sudden when I covered it in silver tape, all of a sudden it was like, now it's something rather than nothing. It's a bit of an oddball anomaly thing, if you will. And it's kind of like, it kind of reminds me of the Fender Aloha Strats that Matt Bellamy had and was a bit of a thing for a while. But I like it, and I like the fact it's rough and it's not neat, and it's there's bits of tape that stop here and there, and I had to patch it around the edges and it's all crinkled and creased, but I like it, and it's a really cool guitar. And so basically that's it. So may I introduce you to the Silver Surfer, people of the tube. So I hope you enjoy the noise this thing makes. Like I said, I'm doing 2 videos now on each kind of thing, pretty much. So I'm going to do another video on this for tomorrow as well. But tomorrow's vid is basically just going to be a 20-minute jam. I'm not going to talk in that one. I'm just going to basically play the guitar and let whatever happen, kind of so to say. But today I'm going to kind of show you some of the clean sounds and distortion sounds next. So what you're going to hear next is basically me just going through my pedal board. You're going to hear it totally clean. Then you're going to hear the jackhammer. Then you're going to hear, you'll hear like the Governor on there, and you'll hear like the DS2, and you'll basically just hear it in kind of isolation, so to say, and just hear the sounds this thing's got, and I'll just kind of play it and see what kind of comes out. And then tomorrow, like I say, I'll get lost in another kind of jam, if you will. So without further ado, people of YouTube, let me show you what this thing sounds like. Let me just play it kind of without backing, basically, and just let you show you what it does, because it sounds really cool. I forget as well, just in case anyone was curious, I think these are 9 to 42s on this guitar. I'm pretty sure I've got 9s on this, but I could be totally wrong. I really don't remember what I've put on this. I don't remember if they're Diodario or what they are. I don't even know. I honestly, the last time I restrung this guitar was a while ago now. I don't remember what it's like. But anyway, enough waffle. Let me show you what it sounds like. It's a really, really cool sounding guitar. So let's go for that. Okay, people, tube. There you go. That's basically this guitar, the Silver Surfer, in isolation, just on its own. Like I say, it's not the easiest guitar to play. It's really not. I end up kind of like falling over my own fingers. I don't really know why. It's just something in this neck makes me fall over it. But it's not horrific, if that makes any sense. Like, it's still quite pleasant to play. It's not, it's not, oh god, this is horrible. It's kind of like a little bit of a challenge, but it's kind of a nice challenge. I do apologise about my phone, but it's really cool. I really like it. The neck's really nice. Like I say, it's not really a fast kind of shredding neck toy. It's like a big kind of beefy neck. Kind of a bit more of a bluesy, slow guitar kind of playing kind of neck. But I just love how ridiculous it is. Like I say, it's just blinded yet. It's just ridiculous. But I love it. I love it to bits. Anyway, like I say, there'll be another video on this coming tomorrow. Basically, it's going to be like a 20-minute jam or something like that. But I'll just basically get lost in the guitar and let it kind of like, let music take me and the guitar to where it wants to go kind of thing. But I just wanted to show you, like I say, this is kind of how I'm going to start kind of doing videos now. I hope it's okay. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. But cool guitar. Really, really cool guitar. The Silver Surfer Strat, everybody. And this might come out live. I don't know. It might come into live work, this one. I don't know. We will see. I need to play a bit more first to get used to it. And maybe, I don't know, maybe do something about the neck. Maybe kind of sort it. Maybe carve down the back a bit. I don't know. Maybe it's a bit too fat. It just feels a bit clumsy when I play it. I just feel a bit clumsy with it. My fingers. I just feel a bit kind of meh. Whereas other guitars feel just kind of dead easy. This one kind of fights back a little bit, and I don't really like that as much. But I still love the guitar. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, everybody, on the Silver Surfer. I will see you again tomorrow for basically part 2 of this vid, where basically, like I say, we're just going to get lost in this thing. Thank you very much indeed for watching. I will see you tomorrow. Have a great morning, afternoon, and good evening. Goodbye now. Bye-bye.